Today, we're diving into the story of Sophia, a woman who built her entire life around having a perfect appearance. But then one day, on this lonely, deserted road, all of that perfection, it just started to unravel. This is really a story about the armor we all wear and what happens when it finally starts to crack.
You know this one sentence? It was basically the foundation of Sophia's entire world. For her, beauty wasn't just about looking good. Not at all. It was a tool. It was how she felt safe, how she felt in control. Every single day started with this absolute conviction that if her exterior was perfect, then nothing could touch her on the inside.
So, we're going to follow her journey through 4 pretty distinct parts. First, how she built that perfect facade. Then, we get to the moment she started running on empty. Third, this really unexpected lesson she learned from a total stranger. And finally, her honest reflection on the whole thing. Okay, let's dive right in.
All right, so let's start with part 1, that perfect facade. For Sophia, her morning routine, it wasn't about vanity. It was so much more. It was about building her armor, piece by careful piece, to face whatever the day was going to throw at her.
And I mean, every single step was a ritual. First up was the moisturizer. That was the flawless base. Next, the sunscreen, which in her mind was literally a shield protecting her. And the final touch? That was her bright red lipstick. That was the last piece of armor clicking into place, the one piece that made her feel absolutely invincible.
But, what happens when that feeling of being invincible gets challenged by something as simple as an empty gas tank? This is where the whole story pivots. This is where Sophia's perfect control starts to slip away.
It all starts with this one tiny blinking light. Her car was on E. Now, for someone who planned every single detail of her life, this was the very first crack in her perfect day. Just a small warning that reality was about to come crashing in.
And this, right here, is the crucial moment of decision. The reality of the situation was simple. The next gas station was a long, long way off. But her belief in her own control, it was just stronger. She told herself, I can make it, completely pushing past the warning, totally convinced she could bend reality to her will.
And then, dead silence. The car just sputtered and died. She had officially run out of fuel, but it was way more than that. Stranded on the side of the road, her phone about to die, she realized she had also run out of plans. She had completely run out of control.
So, this moment of just total vulnerability, that's where the real lesson starts. And it doesn't come from some dramatic rescue, but from the quiet kindness of a stranger who sees right past her messy situation. This stranger, he doesn't just offer her a ride. He decides to bring up this whole new way of looking at things. He kind of gently explains that life doesn't really care about a perfect appearance. Instead, it asks us to abide by a completely different set of rules. Things like courage, patience, and kindness.
I mean, can you imagine? At first, Sophia is just mortified. Her perfect lipstick was gone, her sunscreen was streaked from sweat, her armor was completely shattered. But as this person just shows her simple, genuine kindness, her embarrassment starts to melt away, and it gives way to a feeling she hadn't felt in a very long time: honesty.
So how does this whole experience actually change her? Well, when Sophia finally gets home, she isn't just relieved. She's fundamentally different. That moment on the road forces her to look in the mirror and see something entirely new.
And this really shows the full transformation, right? She left that morning feeling perfect, safe, and totally in control. She came back messy, but also honest, and completely changed. It's like she treated this fragile, perfect facade for a genuine, real foundation. And this is the key takeaway for her. Standing there, looking in her mirror, she's not full of regret. She's actually grateful. At least she thinks, I learned this now. Don't get me wrong, she still appreciates her moisturizer and lipstick, but now she gets it. They aren't what will truly protect her.
Sophia's story. It's about a literal breakdown on the road, but it's really a metaphor for the masks we all wear, right? It leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. What is the armor you wear every single day, and what do you think might happen if you let it go?